Welcome to Mervit Education Center. This lesson is for Mathematics M.1. Before we start our lesson, let's have a quick review on how to plot points on the Cartesian plane. Let's start with point A, 4, 5. From the origin, right 4, up 5. Point B, -2, -3. From the origin, left 2, down 3. Point C, -1, 2. From the origin, left 1, up 2. Point D, 6, -6. From the origin, right 6, down 6. Point E, 0, -7. From the origin, down 7. So that's how we plot points on the Cartesian plane. Are you ready for our lesson? Our lesson for today is about graphing linear equation in two variables using table of values. You can graph a linear equation using table of values, x and y intercepts, and slope intercept form. But for today, we're going to learn how to graph it using table of values. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to construct a table of values correctly and graph a linear equation in two variables using table of values. Have you heard the word table of values before? A table of values is a list of numbers that are used to substitute one variable, like x, to the equation to find the value of y. We can set up a table of values in two different ways. It could be a horizontal table or a vertical table. Here are the steps to graph a linear equation using table of values. Step number 1, express y as the subject of the equation. Step number 2, create a table of values. Then, plug in random values for x to determine the value of y. Substitute the value of x to the equation. Step number 3, plot the points, then connect the points with a straight line. Let's graph -2x plus y equals 3. Step number 1, express y as the subject of the equation. Transpose -2x to the right-hand side of the equation. So our new equation would be y equals 2x plus 3. Step number 2, create a table of values. Plug in random values for x to determine the y values. So for this video, I'm going to use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Let's try to substitute the value of x. When x equals -2, 2 times -2 equals -4. -4 plus 3 equals -1. This -1 will be written in our table of values. Therefore, if x is equal to -2, y equals -1. Next, when x is equal to -1, 2 times -1 plus 3 equals -2 plus 3 equals 1. Write in your table of values. Next, when x equals 0, any number multiplied by 0 is 0. So 0 plus 3 equals 3. Next, when x equals 1, 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Last one, when x equals 2, 2 times 2 equals 4. 4 plus 3 equals 7. As easy as that. Now that we've completed our table of values, I'm so excited to graph it in our coordinate plane. Now let's start. -2, -1. It's here. Next, -1, 1. Next, 0, 3. Next, 1, 5. And then the last point is 2, 7. Wow. Now we're going to connect it with a straight line. And don't forget, when we connect it with a straight line, don't forget to write an arrow on both ends, because this is not a line segment, it's a line. So this is the line of y equals 2x plus 3. Example number 2. Let's graph 3x minus y equals 2. Step number 1. Express y as the subject of the equation. Transpose 3x to the other side. So now we have negative y equals negative 3x plus 2. Now we're going to change negative y to become a positive y. How are we going to do that? By multiplying negative 1 or by dividing it by negative 1. So for this video, I'm going to multiply it by negative 1. So our new equation would be y equals 3x minus 2. Step number 2, construct a table of values. So when x equals negative 2, y is equal to 3 times negative 2 equals negative 6, right? And then negative 6 minus 2 equals negative 8. Next, when x equals negative 1, 3 times negative 1 equals negative 3. Negative 3 minus 2 equals negative 5. Next, when x equals 0, 3 times 0 equals 0. 0 minus 2 equals negative 2. Next, when x equals 1, 1 times 3 equals 3. And then 3 minus 2 equals 1. And the last, when x equals 2, 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 minus 2 equals 4. Now, let's plot the points on the Cartesian plane. We have negative 2, negative 8, negative 1, negative 5, 0, negative 2, 1, 1, and 2, 4. And then connect it with a straight line, and this is the line of y equals 3x minus 2. For the last example, let's graph 4x plus 4y equals 12. Step number 1. Express y as the subject of the equation. So transpose 4x and then divide both sides by 4 in order to isolate y. Our new equation would be y equals negative x plus 3. Step number 2. Create a table of values and substitute the value of x to the equation to find the value of y. When x equals negative 2, y equals negative times negative 2 plus 3 equals positive 5. Write in your table of values. Next, when x equals negative 1, negative times negative 1 equals positive 1. Positive 1 plus 3 equals 4. Next, when x equals 0, of course, any number multiplied by 0 is 0. So 0 plus 3 equals 3. Next, when x equals 1, negative times positive 1 equals negative 1. Negative 1 plus 3 equals 2. Next, when x equals 2, y equals negative times positive 2 plus 3 equals negative 2 plus 3 equals 1. Okay, let's plot these points. Negative 2, 5, left 2, up 5. -1, 4, left 1, up 4, 0, 3, from the origin, up 3. Next, 1, 2, and then 2, 1. Connect it with a straight line, and this is the line of y equals -x plus 3. Let's practice. I'm going to give you 3 problems. In each problem, I will let you pause the video to answer it. Then, once you're done, click the play button to check your answer. Then proceed to the second and third problem. Are you ready? Problem number 1. Graph y equals x plus 2. Pause this video to answer. Let's check. Y equals x plus 2. Let's graph -2, 0. -1, 1. 0, 2. 1, 3. And 2, 4. Connect the dots with a straight line. This is the line of y equals x plus 2. Problem number 2. Graph 2x plus y equals 2. Please pause this video to answer. Let's check. Y equals -2x plus 2. Let's graph the coordinates -2, 6, -1, 4, 0, 2, 1, 0, and 2, -2. Connect the dots, and this is the line of y equals -2x plus 2. Problem number 3. Graph 2 equals 2x minus y. Please pause the video to answer the problem. Let's check. Y equals 2x minus 2. Plot the coordinates. -2, -6, -1, -4, 0, -2, 1, 0, and 2, 2. Connect the points with a straight line. This is the line of y equals 2x minus 2. Did you get the correct answers? Very good. This is the end of our lesson for today. Hope you've learned something, and always remember, knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key. See you next time.